Okay, let's go, everybody. Let's start the games. Welcome back, everyone, for another stream. I think this time we are on time. We are not late. It's not too late. It's not too early. We are on time at 6 p.m. Let's get started. This time I will be playing some Blitz games. Okay, I think we should start the game. I'm going to be playing 5-minute Blitz games, so let's start the game. We are playing with the black pieces, so let's see. D4. Let's start with knight f6. Probably we are going to watch out for the New Zealand Indian defense on the board. But now this is known as the Bogoin. Everybody just responds with bishop e2. Let's go d5. And now my idea is to play a6 with the idea of capturing this. And after he recaptures, we can advance with d5. Yeah, it's just 1 minute, brother. Hello, welcome to the stream. Good evening. Yes, Sui. Hello, good evening, brother. Good evening, everybody. Okay, so White's idea is to stop c5 for permanent, and he wants to create this weakness, which is going to be very hard to deal with, of course. We have to chip away those pawns somehow. Okay, at least the bishop is open. At least the bishop is open. Let's try to take control of the d5 now. Okay, it goes for knight e5. I like the look of. Hmm, where should I go here? Let's go for that. He will capture that, of course. I must know that bishop f3 is next move, I think. Let's see. This is a huge weakness in our game, and it's very hard to deal with this. Literally very hard. Let's go here. I want to trade this visa, but on my turn. Maybe he can go e4 now, which I missed, to be honest. Knight c6 can be a problematic move, but I think we are fine with queen d6. He's allowing this move. He wants to pile up on this pawn. Makes sense. f6. Let's start with f6. What is the idea? I can take, but then this will fall with check, so we have to capture this. Could have captured with the pawn, maybe? I don't. This is still a weakness, and we can lose this game because of this weakness. Because of this weakness, and he will prepare e4 for sure. We are not hitting that as well. How to eradicate this weakness? This rook is a beast. It's very annoying, guys. Let's go here. He will quickly develop, and he will. Yeah, I think it's lost position for us. Oh, I should not have pushed that because he can just take. And what have I achieved? Nothing. Yeah, this is resignable. I'm playing like stupid this game. Playing like stupid, yeah. This is resignable. Queen is going to defend that. I should have just ignored this move and should have maybe goes rook d8 because after rook c c6, that pawn was falling. But now it's different story. We are lost. I guess. This is coming. There is nothing on this side of the board. This is no-brainer. And then he will just push this pawn. And e4, he will pick up this one as well. c6 is there, but again, c6 in itself is going to be a weakness. Let's keep an eye on this pawn now. That was coming, I was knowing that. This, you just take this one. Maybe I do have this check up. This one. He goes there. Another check, he just takes, and there is nothing else. Oh, knight is there, which can protect that. Knight e4 is there. Let's go for knight e4. That's a fork, by the way. Yeah, it's a fork. Sir, आज continue होगा क्या review? Okay, brother, we will try. SB gamer, I will try. I can capture this. And if queen takes, I can try to get in, right? If pawn takes, then I can take this pawn. Yeah, let's speed up a bit. He will take that with the queen, but then I'm getting in. Queen e2. Should I just improve this rook first? No, let's try to get in because we are threatening mate. We are threatening mate. So he has to go back with the rook, maybe, or with the queen. If he goes back with the rook, then we will play rook d8. We are up an exchange. What? Oh, he protect that square. And of course, we cannot trade the queens. And he defend this pawn as well. So this is a very good move, by the way. Very good. Check. Here. Queen f1 is the move. Let's try to speed up as well. I have to get one of my rook onto the open, but I think rook b8 is better. But this pawn is just 3 steps away from winning as well, so I have to be very careful about that. And I think he's ready to push that. I have to go this way. If I can stop that pawn, then we can try to manage. Okay, let's try to go for that weakness now. Because now each king has the look square. His king has the look square. He will attack. No. Let's do that. And now we do not have to worry about any kind of passer because that is on its own square. I would love to trade this piece. Okay, thank you. Now you want to trade the queen? Do you want to trade the queen, brother? No, let's defend this. Everything is defended. And now we will go for a1. Rook a8 actually. This is rook a8. He will try to target that. So annoying. Oh, my time. This is so annoying. Now I just need to get in there. Because my queen is gonna. Now it should be winning. Yeah, it's winning. Give up the queen, brother. Queen is controlling the diagonal and region. Let's go. GG. Wow. I thought that this game is over in the opening itself. Wow, we are back. We are back at 2100, guys. Wow, he's attacking e6. I thought that this game is just over in the opening. Somehow we managed to get back. I was about to resign, but never resigned, guys. Accuracy is 87.8, and we have a couple of inaccurate moves. Okay, that was inaccurate. Bishop d5 is okay. Position is kind of equal, but white is a little bit better. f6 was best move. Okay, a computer actually likes to take here with the pawn and take these two square under control. a5 was another inaccurate, and now white is winning. It's plus 2.5. But now we are back into the game. We are back in the game. Okay, notice I didn't trade the queen unless it becomes like clear for us that we can convert this anyway. Here I was a little bit concerned about this pawn just getting through. That's why I did not trade the queen. It is matter of time to convert this here. Here I should have just captured the pawn and allowed this capture because this is a pass. But I decided to keep that on the board. Now we offer a quintet, and now after this move, that's a big mistake. Computer wants to go here. And here I decided to capture this. But again, this is falling, but still it was winning for me. Okay, let's keep going. Brother, I will try to analyze your game later. Let's keep going. I hope you guys are enjoying the games. And if you are enjoying the games, you know what you can do. You can hit that like button, or you can subscribe the channel as well if you are new to the channel. What is this? Okay, we are in for the French defense. So let's go for the Tarot variation. What? I have never seen this one at this position. Almost everybody just captures. Now let's push this. Bishop d3. Now c5 is the typical move. But he goes for f5. We have to capture because I want this bishop to keep itself open. And we are ready to castle. Okay, let's castle. I have to attack that pawn. Let's stop this one. Rook e1, knight f1, knight g3. These are some typical knight maneuver. He wants to prepare this push. Let's stop that. And now I can plant my knight over there. Let's go. If he captures, we have rook captures. But maybe there is knight d7 and he kicked my rook out. So after this one, I will just take that with the pawn. My other knight can join that party now. I don't know what he's preparing. Knight g5 looks very interesting. Or bishop g5. Where should I go, guys? I think he's preparing this move, which is not any concern. Let's go for bishop g5. Let's pin this knight. His position is kind of problematic. a4 to stop b5. c5 is never really a problem. I have to get my queen in under that into the attack zone. Let's go here. If he captures, then I'll just take. The knight on f8 is just defending that. So even if I can remove this, now I can take here and damage his pawn structure furthermore. I like the look of this one. Pawn captures, knight g4. Knight g4 attacks this. Knight h6 check is there. And if I can get my queen in, the game will be over this. Okay, we need one more attacker on that pawn. This doesn't threaten. So I need my queen somehow. Let's go here so that we can throw this check. There is this check, king h8. Then what? It is still very in this. It is still very annoying because I'm not getting my queen in. not getting it. This check is there. But I need my knight over there. This. Hmm. My position is better, but it's not clear how we are going to convert this game. Because his queen is kind of annoying on this file as well. Oh, he just gives this up with check. Thank you very much, brother. Thank you very much. King h8. And now look at this. But I think he wants to pin my knight. Knight g5. Knight g5, there is h6. Knight here. Knight e5 looks interesting. But knight e5, he will pin that. Oh man, I'm still struggling. If I goes here, he has this idea. I mean, he will double attack, and this pawn is pinned. Don't forget that. So after this move, we have to bail out with this one. Or maybe I can play knight g4. Yeah, I will play knight g4 after rook f7. Knight g4. I want to keep these pieces on the board. Now this bishop is annoying, rook is annoying, queen is annoying, and for some reason, that looks like this king is kind of perfectly safe. Knight e5 now. Both rooks are different here. Yeah, let's go knight. Let's attack this. That's not a question because my bishop is going like that. How can I how can I kick this queen out? That is the question. Okay, I think I'm going to develop on the e5. I think I'm going to develop. Oh, now rook e3, rook g3 looks very interesting. Let's go for this one. Rook e3, rook h6 is not a problem. We have queen f3. Oh, rook h6, there is knight f7 fork. There is knight f7. Okay, he attacks that, so we have to go this way. Now here we have again rook f4. Rook defends the third rank. By the way, you can try to repeat the position. Now we are ready to play rook g3. So hard to convert these games. Okay, let's pin this reserve at least. Then I get h4, h5. If he leaves this diagonal, then I can move the knight and rook will be pinned. So he's kind of tied down. Let me first bring this rook into the game so that the knight will be defended enough times. This is still pinned, and now I'm ready to play h4, h5. Let's see if I can get that. I'm hoping for the best. Now it should be winning, I guess. h4, h5 is a big thing. Now this. And if he goes here, we have rook takes e5. We have rook takes e5, which attacks the rook. Okay, let's put more pressure on that. Again, e5. Okay, he's increasing the pressure over there. Let's get the exchange at least. Now this. g4, g5 is coming. He cannot leave with the king. Okay, I missed this one to be honest. Again, it should be convertible. I have to defend everything by the way. Oh, this is this guy is still finding some moves. Even in he's playing so good. I can go back to pin the knight. That looks interesting. If he give me one chance, okay, let's pin this. And now g4, g5 is a big threat. Maybe he will move the king. Let's go here. Kudos to my opponent. He's still finding some resources. Yeah, I'm happy to say it. Now I will try to attack these. Z5 is very interesting. We have to convert this end game now. This is of course very like this. Capsules, capsules. No, if I push it, that's in the state. And person will just takes here. Okay, take here. There is no check. And the moment knight moves, this pawn is going to be a weakness. G5 is a threat. Let's go G5. Check is there. I will just move the king. And let's just defend that. Okay. Get on the another front. Should be comfortable. Oh, this guy is still not giving me any chance. Now this is a weakness you cannot defend. Yeah, this is check. Oh, that's not a check. Anyway, this is a weakness now. Okay, let's just hit this. Wow, it was very hard. It took me all of his time, like 9 or 10 minutes. Let me review this game. It was still a smooth game. We got some advantage and we just try to increase the pressure on his position. That's how you convert these games. Let's see what chess.com thinks about this game. So the accuracy is not that great, it's just 84.4. At some moment, I got the completely winning position. It was a French defense, and bishop b4 is like bad. No, it allows c3 with tempo. Now e5, we get the full control over the e5 square, and white is already winning. It's plus 2.7. But after capturing that knight, actually we lose some advantage. Computer is suggesting just bishop d2. Sorry, rook d2. Sorry, queen d2. Connects the rooks. Connect the rooks. Again, c4. Just creating this pawn queue, creating some tension. I don't know what is the idea. I don't want to delve into those things. And now he just hang this pawn with check. Knight h5 is great move. And what will you play now? What if he just goes here to offer a queen trade? Then we have very important check. And he has to block because if he goes king g8, there is knight f6 check. There is knight f6 check, and now you have to run into the discover attack. This is just at lost. And we would have won the game immediately. But I missed knight h5. I don't know why. Instead, I goes queen h4. And now he's kind of backing. He's still advantage to white plus 2. But he has some moves. Okay, computer is suggesting h4 immediately with the idea of h5. We get the exchange, we treat the rooks. But now it is completely new because this endgame, we are up an exchange and up in pawn. He tried to get the moves in at the last moment. Actually, here there was this move, but then we just take this. And if he takes here with check, I can just go here and we are up gazillion pawns. Oh, this is a draw. So, oh no. Oh, my bad, my bad. So after this move, we captures over here. If we take this, we simply just recapture with the pawn, or we have this very important check, forcing king back, and then we take this, we have 3 extra pawn, and the game is over. Okay, let's play another game. I hope you guys are enjoying the games and the stream. If you are enjoying this thing, just hit that like button and become a member of this community. We are very close to 4,000 by the way. As I can see, there are only 5 like guys. What is stopping you from hitting that like button? Literally, what is stopping you guys? Okay, let's see how far he's going to keep the tension over here. Let's see. I need this bishop in game. 95 is in, but then that will fall. But after, if I play b6, then 95 just hits this one. Let's start with h6. I need to work with this bishop, which is very passive. Okay, let's go bishop d7 for the moment. I can try to take some space on the queen side. Okay, but now that is a weakness. Let's go queen d6. Start hitting those. c5 is a move. Should I go c5 myself now? Yeah, looks interesting. c5. If you push d5, we just take. Now let's go c5. Let's eradicate that diagonal weakness, and then we can reposition our bishop to c6, which will contest that diagonal. Yeah, let's go for this. This is not a problem because we have bishop covering c5 as well. Play rapid matches, explain the moves. Okay, brother, I will play rapid as well. Let me finish this game. At c5. Okay, I'm happy to trade that. I'm happy to trade that. And now rook a d8. Just put some pressure on this pawn. Takes. Let's take that with the bishop. Offer a bishop trade. I think we have solved all of our problems. And white has some light square weaknesses. Let's recapture. I'm hoping for this. Then we will get the control over e5. Sorry, d5. Global decline, yes. And in any endgame, this is going. Oh, he's weakening the king even further. But why? That is my question. Why? Should I go queen d4 or should I go queen e3? Looks very interesting. Queen e3 or queen d4. Let's go queen e3. If I can get my knight in somehow, then his king can become so vulnerable. As look at these weaknesses. All of these squares are like weak. And only queen is defending the second. If I can get knight e4 now, it can be interesting. Okay, trade. Let's take it back. Oh, he wants to trade one more time. But after this trade, we can start with this check. But maybe I can get knight e4. But he has this check. What should I do, guys? Let's start by capturing a knight e4, just going for f2. He has this check, king at 7, and there is nothing else. Because the diagonal is closed, so he cannot force a queen trade with queen d3. He can start with this check, king at 7, and if he captures this pawn blindly, then we have queen f2 check. Oh, he attacks the queen. He defends f2 as well. I don't want to trade for sure. Apparently, I have this alternative. Yeah, let's go here because we can start giving some checks. I think our king is safe. Queen d8, king at 7, and there is no perpetual. Yeah, there is no perpetual. We can kick out the knight as well with h5 when it becomes necessary. And white has to keep an eye on this pawn as well. For the moment, we are the one who is calling the shots. Queen d2 check is a threat. Oh, should I throw this check and get in? Ah, yeah, I think we should get in. Oh, looks winning. If he goes these two squares, Then there is a fork. So king g1 is the only move. Then I have this check. King there. Ooh, king. I think his king is in mating net. Oh no! If I push this pawn, then there is this check. King h7 and fine. Yeah, let's defend this knight. Queen d8 check, king h7, and I'm fine. And this is a mate attack. This is a mating net. So this is the move, I guess. But then we take the pawn on h2 and go towards g3. I think it should be winning because there are two threats. He cannot defend both of them. Queen takes h2, now queen takes h2, and now the good thing is now queen is not going to throw any check, and g3 is falling. And by the way, this is a skewer as well. This skewer is on the board as well. Now looks on my position looks very interesting. I think it is winning. Okay, he defend this. Let me think. There is this check. King e3 is the move. What if I start with this check? This word is control. Still some works required. Check. King e3 and just take the pawn. But then that pawn will fall with check. Okay, let's just make a waiting move. Waiting move. Let's just looking at 7. He is paralyzed. Let's see what he is going to play. And now anytime queen takes e6 will not come with check. So I'm kind of free to move my knight. Check. Brother, you hang this. If he goes here, he designs. Let's go. Everything is falling. So design is kind of understandable. Let's see the review. Let's see the review. You should not rush with those moves. Yeah, so this last quiet move was great by me. Accuracy is 91.8. Opening was completely fine. Knight f6 was inaccurate. Computer likes the move e5, but I don't know what does it achieve. It just gives away this pawn. Maybe you get this square for the knight and you play some positional chess. c5 was the only move here to maintain the equality. Now we trade the light square. Yeah, he should not have traded the light square bishop. But he decided to knight e4 and black is already better. It's plus, yeah, now it's plus 2.23 for black. And computer wants to force this queen trade because he cannot defend this pawn and we are going to have a passer. c5 is the best move. But who will play this and invite another attack? Here we just take. And now this is coming. He had some counterplay, but who will give away these two pawns? I guess everybody just play this move to defend that. We capture this knight c5, we capture another, and we just push this pawn. So this endgame was winning as well, but I decided to keep the queens on the board. And now f5, just cementing the knight. h2 falls, and king h7. Computer wants just throw this check. King e3, and now you take another pawn. And you give the slow death to the white pieces. But he simply plays the knight f2 move, which allows to take this pawn with check. And basically that's game over. After this one, we can force the queens, everything off the board. And we are up 2 pawns in this endgame. We are just going to keep this passer, and that's it. And these pawns are kind of freezed. Okay, now let's play some rapid game. We have played some couple of good blitz games, so let's try to get something in rapid section as well. Yesterday we have played a game, so this time let's go for 10 plus 0 and let's try to win this one as well. Okay, we are playing with the white pieces, so always we are going to start with 1 e4. This time we are facing the Sicilian, as you guys are knowing that I'm just playing the move bishop c4. recently, and this Italian setup is working very good for us against the Sicilian. Basically, we allow the move d5 to the black pieces, and black does not have any good moves. Oh, sorry, I was not saying that. I was saying that black just runs out of the ideas in this variation because we have the fair control of the central square as well. Knight is controlling the center. Bishop is kind of pinning that knight. Okay, he goes for d5. Let's capture. And now this bishop usually go to c2, which will work with this diagonal. Okay, he goes for that, and I'm ready to play d4, I guess. Yeah, let's go d4, so that we can drop this bishop back to c2 to put some pressure on this diagonal. Why did you change your background? I'm at my home, brother. Bro, try King's Gambit. Bro, change the wall. No, no, no. Bro, hard working day by day, increasing rating, and I stuck on 15 and only suggest me something, bro. Brother, just try to work on your tactical awareness and try to get your opening ideas and just choose your opening which you want to play and just try to learn all of the variation in that opening and just try to learn all of the traps in that opening because 1500 is a rating where you can start learning openings. You can start learning openings. Black has only one idea, which is to go for queen side play. And we have simple idea: rook e1, putting pressure on that bishop, knight f1, knight g3. Okay, he's asking some question to our bishop. Let's drop this bishop back to the h4 square. I just want to keep the tension on the rook. Okay, now rook e1. I'm not afraid of capturing this pawn on c3 because we can recapture and we will still have these two pawns in the central square. And I can start with knight e5 as well. Yeah, that is also a good move. Knight e5, if he captures, we have pawn captures attacking the knight. Knight has to move. Then we can trade the bishop. And after queen takes, this bishop on e6 is going to be pinned in that resulting position. Let's see if we can manage to find any brilliancy. Okay, he's going. Should I go for knight e5? That is the question. He has only one plan, which is to go for the queen side play. And I have a great idea, which is to go bishop a4, trying to attack the knight. And if we can eliminate the knight, we can establish our knight on that square. And this bishop is not that great, but still I don't want to give up the bishop here. I like the look of knight e5. Let's go for knight e5. If he captures, we have pawn takes, hitting that knight. Let's see where he's going to move that knight. And now we can take it, or we can drop this back, but I like to take. But our pawn is on e5, so it makes sense to just drop this bishop back to defend this pawn. But now he can create an isolated pawn. Yeah, I missed the fact that our pawn is going to be on e5. Okay, not a big deal. That's not the end of the world. That's not the end of the world. Let's start with knight f3. Let's start with his idea will be to get the rook on b2. That's for sure. I was knowing that. That's not a big deal. Let's get knight e4. And now the threat is to play knight c6, which will attack the queen, which will attack the bishop, which will attack the pawn as well. And we are kind of threatening to eliminate this bishop as well. Okay, he goes there. Makes sense. Stop knight c6. And now this. But let's start with queen d2. What is he threatening? I'm not seeing any threat after queen d2. I'm not literally not seeing. Maybe this is a weak pawn which I can try to target. Yeah, let's start with queen d2. My idea is to play rook b1 and kick this rook out of the b file. I think he will play bishop c5. Maybe we can then eliminate this knight. Sorry, bishop. Knight c5 is a move, but all of these squares are well controlled. After knight c5, we are going to play the move rook b1. Maybe he can get his knight to e4 to attack the queen. But then simple queen c1. These squares are kind of controlled. I think he wants to get this move. That is annoying. That is annoying. Can I trap this rook? No, I think he wants to play this move. So I can preemptively move the queen to c1. And b5 just takes. If I goes here, he wants to play this move. Queen d1. But knight will be a beast. Let's go for this one. If he captures, then we can get the hold of this square. Okay, he goes for that. Of course, I cannot take. Maybe I can just take. I can take. If he takes my queen, I can take his queen. But at the end of the line, he will just recapture the bishop. Then we have knight takes e6, pawn takes, and rook takes. Actually, in a way, I can go for this. But the problem is he can just take this. Then we can return with the bishop. I think I should go for this. Bishop takes d4. If he takes my queen, then I will take his queen. And the moment he recapture our bishop, we will take on e6, fe, and then we capture the pawn on e6, which attacks the bishop. And our bishop is already defending f2, so that will not be an issue. Let's go for this. I hope I'm not miscalculating. If we start with this check, then we can return with the bishop. We are up a piece, so he has to capture this. And not this. This. Still, his rook is kind of very active. That is the problem. And he's triple attacking this one. Wow, I missed this move, to be honest. And I have to defend this. Oh my goodness. Then he will take this and he will get a passer. I missed this move, to be honest, from a distance. And all of his pieces are attacking that. Should have been careful. Okay, let's go for rook f1. Rook c6, and we can start pushing our own pawn as well. We have to be a little bit passive and we have to be careful. Like, what is this idea? Wow. He wants to capture there with the pawn. And if I take, his idea is to take that with check. I have to move my king, then I will lose the rook. Oh man, it's not easy to deal with this. If I goes here, then he captured this with check. King h2. Taking is just suicidal. Bishop takes e3 comes with check, and I cannot drop this bishop back as he will just capture that. Maybe I should not have gone for this line. Let me think. Rook c6. He captures probably. King h2. He will move the bishop. No, I have to go for rook c6. a5 is dying. We have to pave the way for this pawn at least. He will take king h2. Maybe he will just stick the bishop on e3, but then we start pushing this pawn as well. Now this guy is incredibly hard to beat. Oh, he just pushed this pawn. This is dead. Oh, I miscalculated this one. If I goes here and now rook d1. Wow, and our rook is not on the back line. So this variation was completely winning. Capturing that bishop was lost. I missed this one. I thought that I can go to e1, but then there is rook d1. Maybe then f3. Oh, f3 is not a possibility because that is hanging. Should I just capture this or give up this rook? That is the only way to prolong the game. If I goes here, rook d1, and I cannot push this pawn as this bishop is pinning that. I think rook takes c5 is the only move. Give up this exchange. Yeah. Oh, he goes for this one. What the heck is he doing, brother? And now he wants to capture this. Look at that cold-blooded move. And again, I'm not in time to play rook e1 because bishop is not defending that. Wow, man. Wow. I'm taking my hats off to this guy. He finds incredible resource in all of these. complications. I miss these moves. Completely blind shot. Now there is nothing. The rook is pinned. If I capture, I allow promotion as well. And if I not captures, my rook is not. If I can get my rook to this back rank, then everything will be fine. But this rook is completely stupid. Uh, this should be resignable now. Okay, let's try to throw our hands at least. This is completely losing. Let's hope for the miracle, or let him just deliver check. Send rematch. I usually do not send rematch. I just want to play another match. Let's just take that one. I think he will just give up the rook for this pawn and the bishop. Yeah, makes sense. And now I have to be very extremely careful. Start with the check. If I goes here, this check. King here. Okay, let's start pushing another pawn. Or should I just cut the king off? He is threatening to throw this check as well. Alternative, I can go here, check, king g1, takes. I don't know why I'm thinking too much. This is just losing. There is just. Why did not I go for that pawn at least? This is stupid move. That is suicidal. Let's attack this. Now everything is falling. This is just designed well. At least I should have just gone for one of the pawns. Let me turn. It is not that bad. Because if I can eliminate this pawn, of course it is winning for black in long run. At least I should have gone for this position. Check. King here. And if you take this, I can take this one. Yeah, at least it is kind of playable because we have two passes. It's not easy how you are going to deliver checkmate. Queen e5 check. I can go king z8. The computer system queen e3 check. King h2. And now g5. But then I can start pushing our pawns. And it was not clear at least. I should have gone for that. I don't know why did I play rook a6. Okay, let me review this game. We have 4 mistakes, so surely there are some lessons. If f8 was defended, rook f8 would skewer the queen. Why did you change your background? Brother, I'm at my home. So background, wow, he played with 93.8% accuracy. That's crazy. Okay, I was fine at this moment. I should not have gone for that variation, which I goes for. Yeah, knight e4. I thought that he's going to play knight d3, and my idea is to drop the queen back to d1. But he goes for knight e4, and this is the best move, by the way. This is the only move. Oh, what if I just go queen d1? Then the pawn will fall on c3. And what if I goes here? Then he can take this, and now the knight is pinned, and my structure is bad. So bishop takes e4 is the only move, but it's a draw. But how? Computer is saying you are rushing with this move. Do not help black to open up the f file for a single pawn. You are allowing so much activity. Yeah, computer is saying just bishop f4, bishop e3. If he goes for this pawn, then you capture this, and now the story had changed. If he takes this, you take that. He captures this one. You just take control of the b file, and suddenly you are getting both of the rook onto the 7th rank. And this game likely to be a draw. But I rushed with them. I should not have rushed. This is still a draw. And the only drawing move is rook g6. What the heck is the idea? What if we just take this? Now I see the idea. After this one, the rook on g6 is defending this pawn. And we have a great assets in terms of this passer. If he captured this pawn, okay, if computer suggesting e6, and let's say he captured this pawn, you goes here, and suddenly our rook is also active. Best move is rook d2. Rook a1 attacks that pawn, and we repeats the position. Let's say he goes this rook here to stop rook a1. Then rook f1, suddenly white has an advantage because rook f7 is coming. That was like so. Computer just wants to give this pawn up for some activity. But I goes rook f1, which is so passive, and now black is completely winning. And he finds all the right move. E3. If you capture the position is simple. That's a check. You cannot drop this bishop back because bishop takes f2. You lose a piece. And if you go king h2, the rook is hanging. So we are not gonna capture that. I start with rook c6. Computer likes king h2. What is the idea of king h2? e2, rook e1. Now rook d1 is no longer going to be a pain. He can capture this, and now this is the idea because rook is defending the pawn. Yeah. This should have been the better way. Okay, anyway, we lose the game. Let's keep going with another rapid game. I'm not playing my viewers today, brother. I'm so sorry for that. 2191. Okay, let's try to get this game. C6. We are in for the Khan defense. Let's bring this knight out. This knight goes to f6, and now we are ready to play bishop g4. Let's go bishop g4. c3 is the typical move. Then we close this pawn chain down. What is it trying to? Queen a4, bishop b5. Can be annoying. Let's go here. Oh, he's just going for the queen side expansion. But this pawn will be a weakness. Let's start by castling rook c1. Rook c8 is coming now. This guy seems to be well prepared. Now we have to attack that pawn. Maybe he can put c4, but then this pawn will be weak. Let's see if I can do that. If queen tries to defend that with c2, then we have knight takes b4. Okay, we have to move this knight and find a way to attack that pawn. That's not knight e4 captures. I don't like that. Let's try to reroute this knight to d7, opening up a line of attack on that pawn. Slowly and surely, we'll try to get one of the knight over there. Knight b6. Let's stop knight. Let's stop c4 first. I think he wants to play knight g3, but then we can drop our bishop back to g6. And we are ready to play knight c4. If bishop captures, then we have simple rook captures. Okay, he's actually helping me. And now these pawns are like fixed. He is never going to push b5, nor c4. And if he captures, that will only help us. We can get our rook on c4. We can triple up along the c file and start hitting that weakness. Complicated game, bro. Wow. Okay, give that up. Let's take it back. Dada, I want to learn chess. Now I am at the beginner level. Bro, just watch the stream. You will learn something for sure. Okay, he attacks our bishop, but he's over advancing both sides of the pawn. Let's go bishop g6. And now knight e4, knight e4. Okay, that was his idea. Okay, surely we would love to keep the rooks. I cannot give up the rook. But that's a great idea, by the way. And he can eradicate that weakness. But if he puts c4, the pawn on b4 will fall. Okay, but now I can just go back. Knight e4 is coming. I think he will go knight d2 to stop knight e4 or rook c4. Then I have an idea to play the move queen d7, trying to get the queen on b5, just trying to fix these pawns. Looks very interesting. Okay, I think we should go rook c4 now. Knight is not jumping on anywhere. Let's go to c4. And the idea is to play rook queen c8 and start hitting that. He will try to do the same, I guess. Then I guess I should try to get other rook onto the c8 square. So alternative, I can play rook c, sorry, queen c7. If he goes queen d2, we have queen c7. Okay, I'm still not saying there is any threat. Let's start with queen c1, and we are ready to triple up along the c5. And the moment knight leaves the g3 square, we are going to occupy the e4 with an attack on that one. Our position looks fantastic. If he goes rook c2, who can tell me what is the threat after rook c2? Who can tell me? If white play rook c2, why not take with f pawn? I will explain that. Let's triple up now on this pawn. I think he will go bishop d2. That is my prediction. If I can get our knight on e4, that will be great. If you take that with the f pawn, the e6 pawn will become weak and you weakens this diagonal. And generally, you want to push those central pawn in the middle game. That's why we take back with the h pawn, and there are no board on the left side of this h file. There are no I file. If there was I file, then you can think that why to take that with the h pawn, why not with the f pawn? But there are no I files, so nobody is going to exploit this diagonal. Like here, there are no diagonals. Okay, he control e5, but he's giving up this pawn. So I'm happy to go for that because the queen side pawn are going to be weak at the end. Yes, so yes, brother. Hello, welcome to the stream, man. How are you, buddy? Now we are up a pawn and we have to convert this endgame somehow. And by the way, knight is also a loose piece. So we can start with bishop d6 as well. This bishop is not doing much of the thing right now. Okay, capture. So let's take it back. Take it one more time. If we trade the queen, then our work will become more easy because this is weak pawn. Bishop is already targeting that. I think he has to trade or either he has to go queen d1 to defend the rook because we are also targeting the rook on d1 with rook on e1. Let's capture this. If he goes here, we pin that. Yeah, let's pin that. And now this is a big threat. Bishop takes b4 is a big threat. Okay, but knight is defending that, so we cannot go for this one. We can't go for this one. So let's go here. Let's go here. The idea is to keep an eye on this pawn. Oh, maybe I should have gone to c4 to keep the control of c file. Oh, this is a little bad. I should have gone to c4 to attack this pawn twice. I missed that. Okay, I can just take this now. We will be up 2 pawns. Yeah, let's just take this now. Take this. Probably he will capture. We will take it back. And if he goes rook c2, we will go rook c4. And rook b1, we have to be a little bit passive with rook c7. Then we have to bring our knight into the game somehow. Then we have to convert this. He will go rook c2 now. Rook c4, rook b2, rook c7. Or I can just go after this pawn as well with rook b5. But he can start giving some checks. For the moment, knight is kind of limited. He is not threatening to jump in. So we can actually go for rook b5 and we can start hitting this weakness as well. This is already losing. Okay. Should I go here? I need my knight into the game. I can start with this check. Yeah. If he goes here, then actually I like the move. Let's start hitting this pawn because he is not in time. And now his rook is kind of passive, so it's time to remaneuver our knight. I have a nice idea, knight e8. Then knight can go to d6 and it can jump onto c2. That is a threat, but we can just go here to pin that knight. So let's activate this knight. Knight c3, we have rook b3. Knight will be pinned, then we jump in with knight c4. It should be easy. Now we are in time to bring the king in as well. Let's see. We are up 2 pawn, we are up on clock. It should be convertible. But usually in this type of situation, I just rush with those moves. I have to be like careful. I cannot rush. Dil wants to make TOU mod Zeal. Hi Dilkil bhai. Yes, hello Piku edits. Hello brother. Cycle. Okay, goes for this one, which does nothing to stop knight c4. Or should I start with this check? I think we should start with this check. If he goes here, that pawn will fall. This looks interesting, but then he can go king c2 to stop my infiltration. Let's start with this check. And the good thing about our position is we can even get our knight on b5 once he try to attack that base of the pawn. So actually we can just take that pawn and erase everything on the king side now. Okay, he goes there. Now it is just convertible. Let's trade everything. Let's trade everything. We are up 2 pawn. Should be winning. That is still pinned. So we have some time to bring the king closer to the side of the pawns. The knight is still pinned. Don't rush with the move. If I just simply recapture here, his king is closer to the pawns. And he has this square. His king can go to b4, then to b5, then to b6. That's why you should never rush with the move. King is completely tied down in the defense of this. Let's bring the king in. Okay, he has this move, but then I can just take, and this pawn will protect that. And let's get the king one more step closer. This pawn is not going anywhere. And if he goes here, we just takes. Yeah. And now we are finally ready to trade everything because our king is very active as well. That's how you convert these endgames. Don't rush with the move. What's up, bro? Yes, brother, I'm completely doing fine. Sonlet, whatever your name is. Okay, let's just force everything off the board. We can create a passer. Okay, I think after this move, he will go here. So why not to start with this? If he goes here, then I will go this way. Or I can go here right away as well. Yeah, I can just repeat the move. This square is already controlled, so we have enough time to repeat the move. But the problem with this is if I try to repeat the move, then he's also going to repeat the move. Right after this, he's going to go there. I think we need to use triangulation. Let's go here. If he goes here, then we go back maybe. We have f6. We have g6 to create a passer as well. Yeah. After this move, we will just go g6. Sorry, this is b6. I'm sorry. And he sacrifices the king. That's too funny. Okay, he's trying to stop my pawns. But now these 2 pawns are completely freeze as well. This is very bad move, I would say. Now these pawns are completely freeze. We call this like freeze. Let's go back. And now he's in Zugzwang. He is completely in Zugzwang because king has to step away. We are getting in. Okay, he's making one move. Let's go. b6 captures. Yeah, let's go b6. We are going to have a passer on a6. So we can use that pawn as a decoy to deflect the king. And then we will get in with our king. Simple conversion. King b4, a5. Oh. If I goes here, he has this move. Oh, if I goes here, he has actually this move. Oh man. We are up 2 pawns, but still it is f6. Yeah, let's start with f6. If we capture it back. And we have to make sure that he is not getting it. Yeah, f6. Yeah, let's go for f6. If he has to capture, if he just sidestep, oh, he can repeat the position. But then we will prepare e5. It's still a little bit hard because he has this part. But now e5. Let's calculate e5. If he takes, we can take it back. He will take it back. We will push. And if he start pushing, I will just go back. e5, if he captures, we just take it back. Ah, but then he has this deflection. But now this move just does the work. He has to capture now. Then we capture and all of his pawns are freeze. Yeah, then we capture. Hi everyone, the queen is back. Wow, the queen is back. Now he has to capture because there is no way. If he just sidestep with the king, we start getting in. I will show you the line with e5. Let me finish this game. How he can create a passer on h5. Yeah, let's just get in with the king. Now this check. If he goes here, we have a3, and we are getting into these pawns. We can use this pawn as a decoy, and this is reasonable. Let's push. He will capture. King c4. That's it. Game is over basically. We are gonna erase all of these pawns from the board, and we are up gazillion points of material. Let's take this. Once he goes for that, we just take this and just start pushing that. Okay, finally, just he's trying to set up a trap. If I just goes for this, then he can push or capture. Let's erase that pawn as well. And now we don't need to do anything. Let's just go here. And now just protect this pawn. He goes here, we goes here. We eliminate this pawn, get the partial. And we need only one pawn. We don't need like 2 pawns, 3 pawns, 4. We need only one pawn. Check. And he is still hoping for stalemate, which is kind of crazy. Finally, he resigned. Let's go GG. That's GG. We lost a game. Then we get a win again. Let's review this one. Let's see how did we play in the opening. He created the weakness on c3, which cost him the game. He should not have created that weakness. Nice. Thank you very much, brother Sonley. Sonley or Sunley, I don't know. Too wrong. Okay, let's see. I hope you guys have enjoyed this game. If you guys enjoy this game, we can make the like counts to 20. We are just 5 likes away from 20 likes. Gigi, thank you, Arpit. Thank you very much. We can make it to the 20 likes, guys. We are just 5 likes away. And my accuracy is 90.7, so pretty much high level game. And my opponent's accuracy was 82.8. It was the Karukan exchange. We opt for knight c6, bishop e2, knight goes to f6. And he tried to take some space on the queen side. Basically, his idea was to create a passer. As you can see that we have only 2 pawns on the queen side, whereas white has 3 pawns, or maybe you can call it as 4 as well. So he tried to create passer on the queen side, but this is too early. This pawn is a huge weakness, and it is going to be a liability in the middle game. We just finish our development first. We bring all our pieces onto the c file. Okay, this is very instructive. This knight does not have any forward movement. And you may say that why to bring this knight back? But you have to do that because you want to hit that pawn on c3. So sometimes you have to go for a knight backwards move. This is not a knight retreating, one of the hardest move in chess to find out. But still, the idea is to get this knight to d7, where it will support another knight. It will control e file, and we will open up the c file. We just go for our plan, knight d7, and he goes for knight f1. Rather than knight b3 and knight c5 was kind of very good idea. But now he goes for our plan. I changed the plan. Once he goes for third side of the board, like this knight is still controlling c4. So my idea was not to get my knight on c4. But once he goes knight f1, I just changed my idea. And chessboard is so dynamic. Everything changes on each move. So you have to keep thinking what has changed, what new opportunity has arrived on the board. And I see the opportunity that c4 square is weak. And he will likely to go c4 at some moment to eradicate that weakness. This is a huge weakness. That's why I just play the move knight b6, control the c4 square. Computer is just laughing at this move. Computer wants to go knight e4, but knight b6 control the c4 square. And in the next move, we just get our knight on c4. He captures, rook captures, g5. This is also early advancement. He should not have eliminated that bishop because he's stopping rook c4 at least. But he helped us at least. Now we get our queen and rook onto the c file. Rook c8, just triple up along that pawn, and that was a blunder. Computer is suggesting bishop d2, and it is still not clear how we are going to win this pawn. I don't know what happened to me. He decided to give this pawn up. Now it is completely with +3. Rook c2 pin this. The threat is to play bishop b4. He defend. Computer wants to remaneuver the knight already, but we go for that pawn. Okay, another very instructive. Here again, this knight does not have any forward mobility. Everything is controlled. And even if you go d7, Sorry, if you go knight d7, these two squares are already controlled by this pawn. That's why we have to find another pathway, which is to go knight e8, then knight d6 to put this knight on c4. Very instructive. Now this knight is going on c4. Still, we are not rushing with this move. His idea is to get the king to c2. Let's say we make one move. Let's say I goes knight c. Let's say I goes knight c2. His idea is to go king c2, and now he's stopping this queen rook d3 idea. So those sides of the pawns are still out of reach. This is still winning for black, but we have the opportunity of throwing this check, and we can pick up that pawn. He decided to block with the knight, where this is kind of fine, but then we start gobbling up all of the pawns, and once he start hitting this pawn, we have knight d5 interference, interfering the connection between the rook and our pawn on d7. That was my idea, but he decided to block with the knight. But now we are already up 2 pawns, so it is the time to trade everything. We pin that knight, and we do not need to rush. Let's say you just take. His king is suddenly getting in. You are not in time. You can freeze the pawn, but let's say you goes here. He has this move, and after this he has this move, and after this he has this move. And it is little kind of annoying. You can create another passer, but why to allow these kind of things? We try to maximize our advantage. We get our king into the center of the board, and now is the perfect because we have maximized the king to the maximum. Now you cannot go to c5. Now we trade everything. We put him under zugzwang, and here once he ignored my pawn, I was planning to play e5. It was winning. Ah, no, it was not winning. So my suggestion was right. I thought that I can go e5, but there is a serious problem. He can captures and f5, and suddenly he's creating this passer. If you don't take, if you push, then he's not going to take. He's going to push this, and suddenly white is winning. Oh no! Oh, first take this, and after he captures, this is closure. Now this pawn is closer to the promotion. Wow, that's why I see that. So my idea was correct. Should not go e5. These chess and games are like so subtle. One bad move and the game is over. That's why we push this pawn. We change the plan to create this as a decoy to collect these pawns, and now basically the game is over. And finally he resigns. Bro, if you are a teacher, then I will ask one basic question, bro. I'm not a teacher. I'm a trainer. Just your explanation so good. Thank you very much, Arpit. Hope you are enjoying the stream. If you are enjoying these, you can share this to another one, and you can sack your subscription. You can subscribe my channel. His opponent has not focused on development and had overextended pawn, which can create weaknesses. Yeah. Okay, Pure Gaming. I'm seeing your comment. Any question, guys? Any question so far in this game? So for any question, आकाश says 1 मीटर लंबा और 1 मीटर चौड़ा कपड़ा का दाम 40 है, तो हाफ मीटर लंबा और हाफ मीटर चौड़े कपड़े का दाम क्या होगा? एनी क्वेश्चन सो फार? एक मेरे से। अरे भाई हम फ्री में दे देंगे हाफ मीटर। आंसर दो। 20 20 brother, 20. Software definition. Software is a thing which cannot be seen and which cannot be touched. अगर हिम्मत है तो मुझे हरा के दिखाओ। मेरा पीक 2023 है। अरे भाई मेरा पीक 2011 है। 2011 में हम जीते थे, जीत जाएंगे। सिंह भाई ये खेलने की टैक्टिक पुरानी हो गई। इट्स सो फनी। गलत। हाउ? Length 1 meter, width 1 meter. That means it is a square, and the price is 40 rupees. And if you make the width and length in half, then that will be the half of the area. Half of the area? Will it be the half of the area? Yeah, 10 RS. You are physics teacher. I'm not. The first time watching your stream play another game, brother. Okay, okay, brother. I'm not playing viewers today. What will be the answer? It's Chetan. Thus, 10 rupees. Okay, let me think. Uh, yeah. 10 RS. Yeah, we have to find the area. In first case, the area will be 1 meter square, and in the second case, the area will be 0.25 meters square. Yeah, so 10 rupees. Yeah. That is one fourth. Oh, this is rapid. Wow, I was thinking like it is Blitz game. Okay, I have to focus. Let me focus on the game now. Who was first person to say that Earth revolve around Sun? Galileo? I think it was Galileo, and then Catholic Church banned it. I don't know. अच्छा सेम रेटिंग से खेलने पे व्यूअर क्या दिक्कत रेटेड खेल लो नहीं भाई yes this type of question is there in our 8th class yeah I see that I just did not give enough attention to the question area will be 0.25 in the second so we have to find the price depending on the area let's try to prepare e5 maybe we can start with knight d7 first and now I think we are ready to play e5 I can alternatively start with this as well no we are not ready because he has enough attacker knight h5 let's take some space on the queen side. That's good, Chetan. Nicholas Copernicus. Maybe I'm wrong then. Okay, I'm trying to discourage him from castling queenside. He has developed all of the queenside pieces, so his idea can be to just go g4, g5, h4, h5 by castling queenside. That's why I just put this pawn and just trying to discourage him from castling queenside. And the problem is we have committed our king already on the king side. Sanjeev bhai, आपका fan आ गया झील. Jeel is always there to be Jaleel. Zeel is always there to be Jaleel. It's so funny. Okay, he castles king side. Now it is kind of less. Okay, this bishop is a bad piece. Let's try to get this bishop into the game somehow. Maybe bishop e6. Knight e5 is up for grab. This bishop is bad piece. How can I resolve the problem of that? He sees the opportunity to put the knight on e5 and he did that. Bishop f5 is ugly. This bishop is very bad piece. Okay, I have an idea. Let's start with bishop e6. Just trying to solidify this problem. Okay, Zil, 5 minutes. What 5 minutes? Okay, we are still at only 19 likes. Diffusion definition. Diffusion. I have no idea what is diffusion. I kind of know the word diffusion, but I'm kind of missing the definition. Should I capture and allow knight takes? I think now his idea is to just go g4, g5 and attack on the king side. h5 just invite that. Knight h5 invites g4 as well. And now it is very hard to get rid of this knight as well. Knight e4 is not an option. c5 looks interesting. But we are not ready to play c5. If I go here, he will push this pawn. I think he wants to play g4 to stop bishop f5. Yeah, g4 is coming, guys. Maybe then we can play h5, but the g6 pawn will become so weak. I don't want to create enough weaknesses on the king side. I'm preparing bishop f5, but I think okay, he's allowing bishop f5. And I'm not seeing anything wrong. We are stopping e4 and we can disarm this bishop. There is no knight d7 problem as both of the knights are controlling d7. Let's see. Let's see. That was the only problem in our position, and now I think we have solved our problem. We are about to exchange the bishop. If he takes, then our queen will get activated there. There is knight h4, but then we can slide the queen over to h5 and start hitting those sides of the board. Or maybe we can offer a queen check on h5. Diffusion is there in physics and chemistry in our class 8. Wow. Okay, he did not exchange, but now he's allowing knight e4. Let's take control of these squares. And maybe now we can go knight g3 to fork this rook and the bishop, and we can eliminate the bishop to grab the bishop pair. g4 here, we drop our bishop back. Not a big problem. Hello guys, my name is Gukesh. Chiragri. Dalton. Wow, you guys are so knowledgeable. Yes, because as well. Hello brother, welcome to the stream. Okay, that means he has announced the attack on the same side. And we have to do something immediately. Maybe this is the good time to capture this pawn and get his rook over there. Can be problematic. But now we are about to play knight g3 to hit the rook, hit the bishop. And f6 can be played to kick this knight out. But then he will take my bishop. f5 is there, but I think I will take. Okay, take. He did go for that line, which is kind of annoying. Now rook c1 is coming. Bishop c6 is there. Captures. The pawn will be backward. I will play queen d8. But now the good thing is at least the c file is open. So if he goes for the king side attack, we can try to deflect him on the queen side. Let me check if there is anything wrong in this one. I'm not seeing anything wrong in this one. I think he wants to prepare f5, but there is knight g3, which he has to be addresses that. Little bit Chaitanya. Wow. Magnus is my friend. Opponent bishop is bad. Is worth it to exchange bishop for your good knight? No, brother. This bishop has the potential energy to replace itself on this diagonal. Right. So he stopped knight g3. Makes sense. Knight e6 again in white f6. f5, sorry. And this knight is suddenly passive piece. Okay, let's offer a rook trade first of all. Let's offer a rook trade. Knight g3. Hang the knight. Dada, please guide me. I just started playing chess for 3 weeks. How can I become a district level champion, please? Brother, don't think about too much right now. Just play the game of chess, enjoy it. And once you cross like 1000, then you should start thinking for tactics. Just try to recognize the pattern. How should we capture? With the bishop or with the queen? I think we should capture with the bishop to pave the way for this knight to join the game. Maybe this bishop is controlling the diagonal, so it is kind of fine. Let's take that with the queen. Bro, I reached 1600 in bullet as well. Bro, once again, thanks for you and YouTube, brother. Thank you very much, YouTube. Sorry, Chetan. अगर मैं स्टीमर होता तो 50% खुद खेलता और 50% टाइम व्यूअर्स के साथ. I don't know what is the idea of this. Maybe he wants to get this rook into the game. Makes sense. So let's go queen d8 to prepare rook c8. And I'm not seeing anything wrong in that as well. I cannot sack that because of this knight. Should I consider f6 and that sack? Looks very interesting. Okay, where will he move the knight if I goes f6? He can just take my bishop. Otherwise, knight is literally trapped. Knight is defending the bishop, so we are in time to click queen b8. If I sack, there is also the problem of this move. Queen e6, knight is defending. That is the only problem. If this knight was not defending g4, I would have gone for. Let's just go here. I burn a whole lot of time on this move. I'm also worried about bishop e3 just attacking this pawn. And if you play e6, okay, let's go here first of all. Let's contest the c file. And our knight is now very good. And our pawns are kind of intact as well. Yeah, there are some tension on this side of the board, but I think we are fine. It should be fine. And let me speed up as well, as he's below 5 minutes. So we can put him under pressure on the clock as well. Let's keep our foot on the gas pedal. Let me pre-move this. I think he's going to take. Oh, he didn't take. Knight e6 hangs the bishop. So bishop e6, f5 again. We can take twice. Yeah, let's get rid of that. But then this can become a problem. What should I do, guys? What should I do? Oh my goodness. This pawn is also a weakness. I want to go knight. Move. Bishop a3 is very annoying. I have to be passive with the rook. I have to offer a knight here. I think he's going to play bishop a3. Oh, he's going for my bishop. Okay, my bishop is bad. Let's allow him to take that. Oh, I should have just taken that. Oh man, this is the thing which happens in these kind of situations. Why didn't I see that? I should have just taken that. And then I could have. I'm the stupidest guy ever in chess. That is going to be a weakness now. This knight is completely out of the game. And I can't move it because the bishop is going to be hanging. Suddenly my position is so passive. Let's take that with the queen. I don't know what is the idea. Maybe he will try to attack f7 now. And this is very annoying to deal with. Knight h7, knight f6 is needed. Knight h7, knight h6 is needed. Okay, let me think, guys. I should have just eliminated that knight, and that position was fine. What? He is giving up this for what? He captured this. Oh, that is the idea. Can I start with this move? He captured this. What if I just take? Then there is a check. And if I take this, if he takes my pawn, then I'm going to take that bishop. And if he take my bishop, then this bishop is hanging actually. I think that was a blunder. This is a blunder. Because now bishop alone is not going to target f7. If he takes here, I can just take that bishop. He will take my knight, though with check. King takes is there. So after this move, we have no better move. We have to go for that. Position will result in equality. But maybe at the end of the line, this is going to be hanging. And once we move the bishop, we can offer a queen trade with queen c1. And given the time situation on the clock, we might have an upper hand in the endgame. Let's see. Bishop takes, pawn takes. We are eliminating this. And after he goes here, we have knight e6. And we stop this pawn. Let's see. Now he's really getting low on time. He's below 2 minutes 30 seconds. Let's see. Let me focus, guys. Let me focus on this. He's thinking he's taking a longer time, which is good for us. We can win this game, guys. We can win this game, but still have to be very precise. I cannot rush again, which is my problem. After this move, we have simple bishop takes b2. If that bishop was not undefended, I would have lost the game because of this move. But since that bishop is undefended, okay, he goes for this desperado. Oh, I think he wants to get in with the queen. I have to go for. We have no option. Now check here. He captured this. I captured this. Oh, at the end we have this check as well. Okay, let's start with this move. Queen is hanging, so he has to capture with the queen. He cannot take that with the bishop. And after he captured with the queen, I will take this pawn, attacks the queen. And if he takes this, yeah, let's eliminate this. We are still up a piece. If he takes here, There is this check, and we can pick up the bishop. Same goes for this move. Oh no, he can capture this. He can capture this. But then we have queen c4, threatening bishop d5. There is this check, I can just go here. That's not a problem. And knight is defending g6, very important. So he will not be able to capture anything there. So I think he's going to throw this check, but then there is king e8, and everything seems to be fine. He can take that pawn, but we are in time to throw this check. Okay, I think he's preparing this move. Let me think, guys. I can throw this check, king here, and then I can go back. Makes sense. The queen is defending the bishop, so that's not winning. We are not winning that. He will be able to capture this pawn. Okay, let's start with this check. King g3. If you don't want to allow any further check. And now let's go here to stop bishop g7. Bishop g7 is there, but then we have queen f7. We defend everything. And slowly but surely we will create a passer there. Yeah, let's go here. If we push, that pawn will fall. What is the idea of this move? Check here. Not a problem. If I goes here, he's gonna throw this check. I have this move, but then there's this check, and I will be losing. I have to think it's not over. This is annoying. Check. And it's not clear how we are making progress. Okay, let's make a waiting move. Let's make a waiting move. He will go back. This idea is very, very annoying. Should I go here? Or should I just go this way? Let's attack the bishop. Check, I have this move. No, the pawn will fall, I guess. But maybe the bishop is hanging. But the problem with this move is he can start with this. And now I'm ready to play this move. And he's not getting in, so that pawn is hanging. Let's start pushing this pawn. I think he will go back. And I have to reassess the position. Oh, I allow another check. Knight f6, we can drop this bishop back. There are no checks. I need to activate my queen somehow. And now we are ready to play this move. There are no checks. So let's go here, offer a queen shake. And there are still no checks. Everything is defended. Oh, this check is there. How did I miss this check, man? What the heck is this? Oh, he's allowing this check? Why? Check. Check. If he goes here, we take this pawn. Now we take this pawn with check. Another check. And I do have this move, so that's not a problem. But the knight is hanging. I have to move my knight. Let's start with this move. And now this. Again, there are some problems. I think I'm fine with this move. Hmm. Check. Let's go. Now there is nothing. He designed. GG. Wow. Tough game. But we managed to convert this one. Let me review this one. I say again. And now we are going nicely towards 2250, guys. We are going towards 2250. That's great. 63 people are watching, and there are only 22 likes. What is stopping you guys? What is stopping you? I mean, Prime Magnus. Let me focus on the chat now. Bro, Magnus is having a downfall now. Yeah, but that's fine. He will get a comeback. भाई आप मैग्नस की तरह खेलते हो. Not really, brother Mike Z. I'm not considering myself that great. You to you, my oh God. On God. Jujutsu Kaisen fan, wow. You are not 10. What is the meaning of 10, by the way? Can anybody tell me? I can't believe, bro. Are you kidding me? What is going on in the chat, guys? You play well, thank you. 2 to 5 rise. Play sub Dilip Yadav. Okay, I will be playing sub now. Not yours, bro. Dada, please be my mentor. I promise I won't disappoint you. Okay, Biki backup. If you want to get a mentorship, you can contact me via my email or on Telegram. Let's see the review. Rakesh Gupta said, yes, brother, hello, welcome to the stream. And we guys make it to the 25 likes or maybe to the 30th likes. We are just 7 likes away. So just go there, hit that like button. I can do this all this stuff. Okay, we start with c6. When I started this game, I was feeling like I was playing like Blitz game. Actually, it was the rapid. So I switched back the attention. We get into this setup. I don't know what is this setup, so I use my common sense to set up my pieces. This is, I think, known as the Nimjo Larsen B3 move, to be honest. Yeah, I think this is Nimjo Larsen. Yeah, Nimjo with Larsen game, Larsen attack. Okay, we get in. And initially my position was looking passive and computer is exactly suggesting bishop f5 and allowing this damaging of the pawn. But the point is you can play the move e6 to solidify this pawn and you can put the knight on g6. So it is kind of fine. And it is also controlling these two squares, so white is not going to be able to push e4. But we are not computers, so I decided to be a little bit solid. Now bishop f5 was mistake. Computer wants to play knight e4. Now we get our knight on e4, we trade the rooks. Okay, here he was threatening to play this move. So I anticipated that move and to prevent that, I play the move queen b8 to put the rook on c5, which happens. And now knight f5. I should have just captured that and allowed this pawn. But now this is kind of less effective. My position is fine. He's low on time as well. I didn't see that move, to be honest. I just allow him to just capture that knight. This is going to be a weakness. He should have started hitting that weakness somehow. Somehow maybe just moving the king to h2 and that is queen h1, which looks like nice chess geometry, but that is a very nice way to attack that pawn. He pushes the pawn. And what is the best move? Your best move is to trade that rook first. And after bishop captures, then you drop it back and now you're threatening to win a pawn. So he has to reposition the bishop. But now you can take the c5. Wow. But we get, okay, b5 is the only move to kick this bishop out because his idea was to hit f7. And he go e6 anyway, but that's a blunder to the move bishop takes e5. If we take our bishop, then simply this bishop is hanging. So he has nothing better to give that bishop up for Desperado sack, but we takes that anyway. Queen e6, here we block with the bishop. Computer says block with the knight. Block with the knight because here you are stopping queen g7. But anyway, we block with the bishop, forcing queen captures. Now I take this pawn. Okay, first point, if we take captured here, then queen c2 check wins the bishop. And he threatens that check. And look at the role of this knight on f8. How good it is just defending the pawn, it is defending the bishop as well. So our queen is completely free to move. We can start with this check, and computer actually suggesting this move, going for that because there is no threat. Literally, there is no threat, and we are the one who is calling the shots. King f2 is the best move. If he goes for bishop g7 to attack this, then we have mate in 2. This is literally mate. Uh, so this sets up a mate set. But I didn't see. I just tried to be solid, which is a little bit passive. After queen s7, it is draw. Oh, so this check was right idea. But how it is a draw by perpetual? What if I just goes here? Ah, then the knight is hanging, so he has to go here. But then the pawn falls, and it is very hard to defend this position or to win this one. But he misses the idea. Reasonable. It is still a draw. And the move is queen a3, check here, and he has the repetition. But what happens if you just block with the bishop? Oh, you cannot block with the bishop. It is a diagonal check. And after this move here, and what happened? Okay, first of all, I cannot block here with the bishop. Okay, let's see if there is anything else. Check. King here. And not this check. If you block with the bishop, the knight is hanging and white wins. Wow, he had the draw, but it was very hard to find that. Not that much hard, but given the time situation, it is reasonable to go for these sides. Now we find this move. He hits our knight, but allow this check. Okay, notice how I'm not rushing with this move because the knight is hanging, but I'm throwing some checks. I'm waiting for the moment where I can eliminate these 2 pawns with check. That is very important. So I throw another check, and now I have the option of eliminating this pawn with check. So I eliminate this one. Now it goes back, still not rushing with the move. I want to eliminate that pawn as well. And now we eliminate this pawn with check. So how subtle these moves are. And now there are no pawns to capture as this pawn is already defended. I decided to play knight e8 and defend everything. He goes here. I don't know what he was threatening because everything is still defended. But now this check and forces the queen trade. That's basically game over. Any question, guys? Bro, you don't have review your games, you play perfect. No, brother, I'm not playing perfectly. Still, there are something to learn from. Because भाई जिस तरीके से आप रिक्वेस्ट कर रहे हो लग रहा है शादी करके Vicky, it's showing you are offline. Bro, play, please play. Rakesh Gupta, okay, brother, you can send me the challenge. Okay, I'm seeing so many challenges. But make sure to send me the challenge for Blitz game, brother. If I try to play the rapid game against every viewers, it will take a lot of time. It will take a lot of time. So try to send me the challenge for 5-minute Blitz, brother. I'm requesting everyone. Keep it to the 5-minute Blitz game so that we can play against maximum viewers. Rakesh, which one is your username? Which is your username? Chaitanya is sending me the challenge, so let's play against him. Okay, I'm playing with the white pieces, so it's time to play the London. Bro, what's your course piece? Course price? Bro, I do not have any course. If you want to get anything, we can just have that on video meet. Okay, brother. I will accept your challenge after this one. Ahir King, hi, yes, brother. Hello, welcome to this team. Okay, c5. So this is one of the line. I'll just take that. I'm not worried about his plan. Check c3. He will pick up that. I think he learned this with my opening. He learned this variation with with watching my stream. Now knight c6. Let's play e3, I guess. Yeah. To open up this bishop. आप मैथ्स के टीचर है ना? Yes. I am the math teacher. Okay, now we can bring this bishop out to d3, knight bd2, followed by kingside castle, and we are fine. I think we are more than happy because he's using a lot of time. So this is never really a problem. We can go bishop z5. Alternative is to play bishop c4, bishop z3. Yeah, let's go bishop z3. आपसे ही पढ़े हैं. आपसे ही पढ़े हैं. I didn't. Oh, आपसे ही पढ़े हैं. What is your name then? I should remember your name then. Please play Ronaldo C opening. Ronaldo C opening? What? What is Ronaldo C opening, brother? Knight is going to B3 to hit that queen. Now bishop B3. This is going to be a backward pawn. Bishop B3. C. Is castling fine here? I guess it is fine. Rupam class 10th. Okay, wow. Okay, fine. How are you, Rupam? How is your vacation going on? That is very good. He's preparing D5, by the way. And I don't want to play E4 to stop, sorry, to block this bishop. Let, let's go knight D2. What A square plus B? Suddenly the chat is converting into the math class. Pawn E4 was possible. Pawn E4 has its downside, brother. Your pawn E4 block of this bishop. Okay, he is hitting our queen. Let's slide the queen over to E1. And now my idea is to play H3 to hit that bishop. And if he goes bishop F5, we can actually damage his pawn structure by eliminating that knight. Sorry, bishop on F5. No, for black. For black, that's not a problem. We can solve that problem. Wow, he's playing very nicely with prophylactically. Let's hit this bishop. Let's ask some question. I'm fine. How are you, Rupam? What is the idea of black? A4. Bro, there is a Ukraine player named Machu Dipariha with the rating of 2766. Do you know him? I have never heard about him. I'm hearing his name first time by you, Subodh. I have never heard about him. Can you please play me? Let me finish one game, then I can play against you. Wow. Actually, he is stopping all of my plans. He is stopping all of my plans, guys. Let's go back with the knight. He can go here, and who can tell me what is the threat with this d4 pawn push? Who can tell me? Yes, Rupam, I'm here. I'm watching your comments. I'm fine. How are you? Yes, come fast. Coming. Wow, he did. Is he stream sniping, guys? Now I'm kind of suspecting that he is stream sniping. Kind of, this is suspect. It looks like he is stream sniping. The idea is just simple double attacking the knight. And I have to move the knight. If I goes here, then he opens up the d file to attack my queen. There is the move rook a3, which runs into bishop f8. We have to draw the knight back. I'm not sure there is any other alternative. Yeah, let's go for this. I think he stream snipe. Knight will fall. He is stream sniping. Is 554 rating good? Picky backup, yeah, that's fine, but you have to increase your rating. You are basically on what? On my beginner level. What is this move? Wow, e4 is coming as well. Am I getting crushed, guys? Oh, he is about to beat me. I have to speed up. Let me focus, guys, because he is finding some good move. So it has to be like something suspicious. It looks fishy now. Maybe I can get knight on b5, which is a huge outpost for our knight. And black does not have a. Okay, he eliminates, but then actually he helps me. He's gonna capture this pawn. Ah, rook is hanging. Wow. So look at the downside of putting the bishop on d1. And bishop does not have any square on this diagonal, literally. And I cannot play rook c1 to defend this pawn. I have to play rook b1. Then he'll capture this. Wow. How smooth he is playing, and he is outplaying me. Smother mate. Okay, let's go for this. I'm not saying let's offer a queenship. Is he the imposter? This guy is like, he's literally outplaying me. Captures that. Hmm. Let's go for that. And now the question is, can I sack the rook? No, I cannot sack the. Oh, sorry, I cannot sack the queen. Here, he is just one step away from queening. Let's play bishop f3. Now my position looks a little bit alive because we are just controlling the motion square. And rook b8 is not a dangerous move. We can slide our queen over to e7. Okay, so prepare. He's preparing this move. Rook d8. Yeah, let's go to d8 to keep an eye on this pawn. Hmm. Time situation is also even. Hello, yes, Rupam. Bro, I was just stunned because why what a player you are. No man, just luck. Bro, he can't play rook b8. What is this move? Oh, I think his idea is to get other rook onto the c1. c8. Oh, it pins my bishop, which I missed. Okay, let's offer a queen trade. Oh my god, that's just a blunder. He could have just taken that. Oh no, no, now he can take that, but now I have this check. Very important. We can take this pawn then. I thought I blundered the game, and now look at the time. Speed up, speed up. Look at the time suddenly that's coming. That's not a problem. Oh, oh, what? Wow. Crazy time scramble at the end, man. Bro, I'm just 12. I'm not having personal number. Yes, I'm. I don't know what is going on in the chat, by the way. Suraj is back on the stream. He can't pay Ruby 8. I was not asking for Ruby 8. That's easy. Next one, guys. And I'm coming back in a moment. I'm back, guys. What happening? What's happening here? Okay, let's see. Wow. I am a CM. Let's play against him. भाई आज क्यों काला लग रहे हो मेकअप करना भूल गई Yes brother, it's so funny. Why I'm looking black today? You are racist, brother. Suraj, you are racist. I should file a complaint against you. I should file a complaint. Let's go knight f3. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, we are in with our favorite Italian setup. We start by castling here. Dilipur, I have sent you the challenge. When it comes to time scramble, I am the worst, brother. Brother, still you outplayed me literally. C3. I'm sending challenge B online. Okay, here we have a nice line prepared. Okay, I have finished this line like after 6 months. I have analyzed this setup like 6 months ago, which goes like G for now, first to attack the bishop. And now we capture this so that this is hanging. And now who can tell me after bishop b6 what will be the white's move? What is our move now? Who can tell me? Bro, we will chat while playing so that I can learn from you. No, brother, that's basically comes under like cheating. What is the threat of the move bishop b5, guys? Let's see who are paying attention to the stream and who are the regular viewer. What is the threat? What is the threat? Let's drop this bishop back. And there is a very advanced move. I will be. Oh, he found that. I'm so surprised by his play, as he found that key move. He found that key. My idea was to go here, but now there is b5. Let's play knight c3. King f8 safe. Okay, he goes. I can sack this, but then he can defend the knight. Let's keep the bishops on the board. And good thing about this position is our center is completely defended. b5 is there, b4 is there. Okay, he's attacking our center one more time. Knight is well defended. Oh, we have a crazy move, guys. Who can tell me what is that? Who can tell me which move wins the game for white? Which move wins the game for white? Let's see. You guys have 15 seconds. Quickly, do it quickly. Which move wins the game for white? Which move wins the game for white? Bishop z5. Yeah, that's correct. Akash z5. By the way, Akash, this question was not for you as you are 23 and literally you are even better than me. Bishop g5 attacks the queen and queen has no square because this bishop is controlling the g6. And usually in this kind of situation, you do have the g6 square for your queen. But here there is a bishop on g6 and this bishop is slicing of the diagonal and this bishop is controlling this diagonal. Queen is lost. भाई मैं इंडिया से नहीं हूँ ट्राई करो कंप्लेन करने का ओके ब्रदर I will file a complaint against you for sure. And now he's double attacking. We have a simple move. Let's go here. Okay, that is still pinned. I can try to go over here. Let's defend our center first of all. This is not a problem. We can just recapture with the knight. And we are up a queen. We are up a queen. And now let me think. What should I do? Is this working, guys?
अरे मामा फोन किया था?
When? कब?
मामा फोन किया था दवाई के बारे में? अच्छा थोड़े फोन क्या अभी सुबह में करेंगे?
ठीक. Let's take that with the phone. And now we are setting knight b6. चैट में कोई आईपीएस एआईएस नहीं है. सेव करो मुझे. Rook c1 hits the knight. Oh, my time. Oh, my time. e5. Bang, bang, and bang. I can hang my queen in one move. I have only 23 seconds. And sometimes these viewers can be so annoying. Let's start with this check. Oh, I blunder. Oh, he misses that. Oh man, he's finding some good move. I have my queen anyway. I think I'm losing now. Am I losing, guys? It's so funny, literally.